what I'm gonna say right now might sound a bit weird, but if you're a copywriter and you've been in this game for at least 3 to 6 months, then you're already ahead of 99% of people. You're already ahead of 99% of people. And let me explain why. You see, if you don't go to the club, if you don't do all these generate activities, now, I'm not saying you shouldn't go to the club like ever. I'm just saying that if you avoid it, and if you're 16 to 20 years old and you're grinding in your business, you're already ahead of 99% of people. Because what does everybody do? What does everybody do in your age? What does everybody in your age do? They have fun all the time. They smoke weed. They drink alcohol. They do all this bullshit. And they don't work on their goals. They don't even have a purpose. They don't have goals. They don't even know. Bro, I ask people my age, 20 years old, what do they want to do in their life? They're like, oh, I don't know. I'm still looking for this. I'm still looking for it. I'm like, bro, what? You're 20 years old. How can you not know what you want to do? You're already an adult. You should already be paying for your living expenses. You should already be living alone. Like, you shouldn't be depending on your parents to pay you or what? Like, it breaks my mind, literally. I lose it every time I hear people say this. Like, how can you not know what you want to do at 20 years old? I was 16 and I knew what I wanted to do. At the time, I wanted to become a professional fighter. And what you want to do doesn't mean that you will actually do this. It just means you have a purpose, you have a clear goal in your mind, and you're working towards it every single day. And in my opinion, that's what makes life even worth it, man. That's what makes life even worth it. It's working towards a goal, because you can have fun from here and there, but it doesn't last long. It doesn't last long. This is something I realized after one of my fight, when I knocked somebody out in the first minute of my fight. For example, it happened 2 years ago, and every time I think about this, I get this fulfillment inside of me. I'm like, oh my god, I did this. I did this. And I get so happy every time I feel it. But for example, if it was something else, let's say I went to the club, I had fun, I did some crazy things, it was a great night. If I think about it now, even if it happened a week ago, even if it happened a few hours ago, I wouldn't have this fulfillment. And it's because this is what I think life is. It's working towards a goal you want, having a purpose, and being around people you love. That's what I think it is. Now, back to our topic. I know it may, if you've been now teaching for 3 to 6 months, or maybe more, maybe less, I know it may seem like you're not going anywhere with your business, and like you're just wasting your time with copywriting because you aren't landing clients, and copywriting is saturated, you can't make money online, there's too much competition. I know you might feel this. It's logical. I used to think that. I was like, why isn't this happening faster? Didn't the gurus promise me that I was gonna be rich in 90 days after buying their program? I thought I was gonna buy a Bugatti, bro, after I bought the real world. After I got in the real world, I thought I was gonna have a Bugatti in a few months. I don't know, but yeah, no, don't get discouraged, man. Don't get discouraged. Just trust the process. As long as you're hitting your KPIs, as long as you're hitting your daily checklist, the amount of outreach you wanna send, and you keep doing that over a long amount of time, you will land clients. You will land clients. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. That's the only difference. I want you to think about this. It's not a matter of if you're gonna land clients, but a matter of when you're gonna land them. Okay? I want you to remember this. So the second thing is that I want to share with you, the journey is hard for a reason. If it was so easy, everybody would do this. If it was so easy, my fucking, I don't know, the fucking waitress at the coffee shop I buy coffee every day would do this. If it was so easy. Everybody would be making 10k a month. But what's the percentage of copywriters who actually reach 5k, 10k, 20k, and so on? It's actually less than, I believe it's around 1 to 5% of copywriters who start. And it's not because it's impossible. It's not because it's impossible. Or because it's not because it's impossible, and it's not because there's not enough businesses for you. It's because most people would quit. They have this TikTok brain, the instant gratification brain, and they're like, oh, this doesn't work. I've sent 500 outreaches and I still don't have clients. And I'm like, bro, you've sent 500 outreaches, so what? It's nothing. It's nothing. Just increase your time horizon for when you're gonna land clients and trust the process. That's it. Please don't say this. The journey is hard for a reason. And another thing I kept in mind actually in the beginning, because now I don't have client problems. I make a lot of money in my 20s, so I'm really happy with that. So another thing I kept in mind when I was a beginner is the universe is testing me. It's testing to see if you believe in God, call it God. If you don't believe in God, then call it universe. I don't know. Something out there is testing you. It wants to see if you are worth it, if you are worth having it. You shouldn't, if something is really worth having, if something is going to change your life, then it takes time and you're going to need to be tested. Like, why do you expect to change your life in 3 months? If you're making 10K a month, you're already at, I don't know, 1% income, maybe more worldwide. In my country, it's probably less. Most people I know make 1,000 euros, which is around $1,200. So yeah, that's what most people make. So I'm almost 10 times more than what everybody else makes around me. Maybe more. And I don't even have to work a fraction of the time, which is pretty insane. So yeah, the universe is testing you, and you need to prove it. You need to prove yourself. You can't just be expecting to have it. You can't just be expecting to have it. And once you do this, once you get very comfortable with this idea that it's not going to happen overnight, it's going to take some work, that is when you are going to get the most out of this and where you're actually going to start progressing. Okay? So, another thing is, every 6 months, I see massive growth in my life. Insane growth. I started copywriting, and within 6 months, I landed my first few clients. I made a few $100, and I was happy. I made my first money. After another 6 months, I closed my first $6,000 client. And now after 6 months, I'm consistently making $10,000 every single month with copywriting. So every 6 months, I see massive growth in my business. And the same thing happens to everybody I know. It happens to my business partner. It happens to people I coach. It happens to everybody. Every 6 months. If you work really hard in your business, it's not crazy to say that you're gonna at least double your business every 6 months. It's not. I literally 10x'd my business in the last 6 months. So yeah, just work, just stay consistent, just trust the process, and every 6 months you're gonna see massive growth in your life. As long as you're working hard, as long as this happens. And the last thing I want to say is, you will need to stay on your craft and grind every single day. I don't want to see you, oh, I don't feel like it, I don't want to feel like it. A saying I like to say is, I was with some girl the other day, and she saw some of my stories where I'm posting some things about copywriting, and she was like, aren't you bored of writing all this? Aren't you bored of writing all this? And was about, of course I didn't answer. Of course I didn't answer to that. But in my mind I was like, I'm not even kidding to you, this is what instantly came to my mind. I was like, you can either be bored or you can make money. This is what I thought. So yeah, you can either be tired or you can make money. It's up to you. You can either be bored, you can either be tired, you can either be exhausted, you can either be depressed, or you can make money. It's up to you. What do you want to do? What do you want to do? What would you rather do? Make money or have all these bullshit excuses that your brain is coming up with? If you're asking me, I would like to make money. I don't care about how I feel. I don't care about any of this crap. I just want to live. I just want to make money, live my dream life, repeat. That's it. And that's what I want to leave you with. So if you found any value from this, make sure to like, subscribe, share, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.